Welcome to another Spotlight episode. Today, we are putting Fraser Robinson in the spotlight. He'll be telling us his story of becoming a teacher at BUas and more. Let's start with the little introduction round.
Oh, hello.
Hey, good afternoon. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Fraser Robinson. I'm a lecturer from the Breda University of Applied Sciences and a freelance drama development consultant. Come on in.
Thank you very much. So, what's keeping you busy these days?
Grading and feedback.
And what are you currently watching?
Watching Squid Game. It's not great.
Where are you from?
Ottawa, Canada.
Do you have any pets? And if not, why not?
I'm cat sitting at the moment, but normally I don't because of allergies.
You shaved your mustache last year since it didn't fit with your glasses, but do you change your mustache often?
No, it's either on or off.
And when did you move to the Netherlands?
2018.
What is your favorite Dutch food?
Kastengels.
What is your favorite pastime?
I like reading.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I would fly.
And what is something that recently moved you?
Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator. I just saw it again and it still has resonance.
And who did you want to become when you were a kid?
Didn't really want to become anyone. I'm sort of my own person.
And which place made you feel at home after you moved to the Netherlands?
The bar downstairs, Le Nord.
Why don't we go and check it out?
Sounds good, let's go.
So now we're here in the bar. This is the place that made you feel most at home in Rotterdam. What made you move out of Canada though?
Well, I moved from Canada in 2010 to be with my girlfriend, who is now my wife, who was living in the UK at the time. And it stopped making sense for us to be doing a long distance relationship. At the time, she was living in the UK and wasn't interested in returning to Canada. And I also was starting to feel like I wanted to do something different with my life. So it was a great opportunity to leave Toronto and leave Canada and move elsewhere. So everything kind of lined up really well.
Is there something you miss about Canada?
There's not much I miss about Canada exactly. A few products that weirdly you still can't buy online. But otherwise, not that much. Family and friends, obviously, especially lately. I haven't been able to go to Canada for 2 years. So that's been a bit difficult. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing I really miss about it because one of the big things is, to me, it's always there.
So you moved out of Canada to go to the UK to follow your girlfriend, who's now your wife. How did that happen? Was it difficult to move to the UK?
Moving to the UK, I mean, generally there was logistical challenges. There's the headaches that come with moving. But, outside of that, it was very straightforward. I decided I kind of made up my mind that this is what I was doing. And it really felt like a very natural choice. It felt like the right choice right away.
It's a lot of fun to do and it's exciting, but also very risky because you left your job behind in Canada, I assume?
I left a job behind, so I quit a job and kind of threw that into the wind, I suppose. But again, I was interested in seeing what else was out there. And I knew that if I stayed, what was available to me. What I didn't know was what could happen if I didn't stay. So that to me was immediately more interesting.
So you got a job immediately when you were in the UK?
Yeah, pretty fast. I moved to Glasgow at first. My wife was studying up there at the time. And she'd been in London previously. She was in Glasgow. I moved to Glasgow and thought, okay, I'm in Glasgow. I started looking for some work in TV. Also put word out to contacts in London. This was long before LinkedIn was really effective. So I was literally calling people I knew and saying, I'm around. If people need help, this is what I do. But I was also starting to look at other directions and maybe get a master's degree, which I thought I'd like to do in Glasgow. And it was going to be great living in Scotland. And then I got a job in London. Exactly 2 weeks after I arrived, I was called for a job and they needed someone to start like immediately. They were in a situation where they didn't have someone covering some work and I had to jump in. So I went straight down to London and started work immediately.
So yeah, you got a job really fast, but then eventually you moved to the Netherlands.
I did.
How did that happen?
I moved to the Netherlands in 2018. I had been working as a member of the industry advisory board at BUas for several years. I was previously friends and co-workers with April de Haas, who works at BUas, did work at BUas, and she suggested to Bruce Hancock, who is the education manager at the time, that I might be someone who could join their international advisory board. So I did, and I spent 4 or 5 years on the board. I would also guest lecture while I was in Breda at the board meeting. So I got a really good sense of the place. When the opportunity to work there came up, I took it. It was an interesting opportunity for us to leave the UK. At that point, the realities of Brexit were starting to sink in. You could really feel how that disaster was only going to get worse and worse, which we've seen. And so we decided that it would be nicer to try and live outside the UK, at least for a little while.
So why teaching? Because it's a lot different than working in the TV world, but what got you into teaching?
Teaching for me is a really interesting opportunity to share a lot of things I've learned over the years with the next wave of content creators. It's kind of an exciting job where no 2 days are the same. Everything's different. Like all jobs, it has frustrations and boring points and annoyances and bullshit. But as well, you get a lot of satisfaction out of being able to work on different situations that different students and colleagues present to you. And there's a real variety of things happening throughout the year. You teach different subjects, you get involved in different activities, you work on different thesis projects, whatever it is, there's a lot of variety, and that keeps it really interesting. You use the core skills you have and apply them into an environment that offers you a real diversity of experiences, and that's quite exciting and different. It's my previous career was good and I enjoyed it, but at a certain point I just felt like I was making sausages again and again.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This is a real opportunity to do something very different every day.
Wasn't there anything scary about all the risks that you were taking?
For me, I really enjoy it. So, and yeah, there's a certain energy you get from the heightened kind of scariness of like, oh my God, we're going to this new place, we're going to live there. I'm moving into an apartment I've never seen before. I'm hoping that the money I spent on this new phone works. I've never been to this place. All the things you don't know. The unknown is kind of exciting, and I really thrive on it.
Because the reason why I ask this is because there's a lot of students in particular that are willing to take risks, but they're just really scared of it. Do you have any advice for these kind of people?
Well, don't do anything because you think you have to. Do it because you want to. And if moving somewhere else or engaging in an adventure appeals, then I say do it. I mean, just see for yourself how exciting it can be. It's a shame as someone sitting around thinking they wish they could do something that they can't because there's something holding them back. And every situation's different. But I would say to people, if you have an opportunity, take the plunge at least once in your life and try moving and living somewhere different. I mean, even if it's for a couple of years, a lot of people just do that and come back. That's fair too.
Well, thank you so much for giving us more insight on your life. However, there's one more thing that we want to do. We want to test your knowledge in the TV world. So let's head to BUas and let's play a little game.
Okay, let's go.
Now that we're at BUas, we're going to play the Emoji Game. We're going to show a set of emojis and Fraser has to guess which series is connected to those emojis.
Okay, here we go. House star microphone cup. Some kind of performance star in the house drinking a milkshake show. Oh, it's Glee. It's a school. Nice. Okay, next one. The Vampire Diaries. It's a vampire and a book.
Correct. Nice.
Orange is the new black. It's an orange, an arrow, new and black. Black Mirror.
Yeah, very good.
All right. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Bridge, 9 and 9. Doctor Who.
Yeah, very good.
All right. Agreement with the Boy Meets World. Hey.
Very good, nice.
Classic. Family with a donut. The Simpsons? Family Guy?
No, it's
Oh, it's Simpsons. I was right.
It's good.
Last one. Here we go. Brains, computer, shirt, gun. Oh, I don't know. Chuck. Wow. Definitely a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you got me on that one for sure.
No, very good. You scored really well.
Thank you.
That was impressive.
Okay.
So that was the Emoji Game.
All right, thank
you
you.
so much for your time. And
Pleasure.
that's it. That's a wrap.